So Eddie's gone.
Yeah.
How you feeling, Jeff?
Disappointed. I'm very disappointed for several reasons, but overall disappointed. The reasons being that I can't believe we've left it until the 30th of July for him to go when the team are flying off for training tomorrow and we're rudderless.
Yeah, it is mental. It seems like a completely crazy time to do it if you're going to do it.
It just seems like something every season. Something every season happens at this time.
Yeah. Josh, how are you feeling?
Well, it's just a mess, and it's the worst time they could have ever done it. I think at the back end of the season, people would have been happy or like accepted that he's gone, and that would have been fine. But again, at this point, it's just ridiculous, like utterly insane.
I think, like you said earlier, Jeff, you're like, the Eddie out. People have got what they want, but it's like I don't think anyone who actually wanted Eddie out would have like wanted it now. You know, I think everyone was back behind him again now, whereas like it's kind of because it was a decision to stay. It's just mental.
Well, we all had that conversation about Eddie and Eddie out, and the reality was if Eddie was in, we were right behind him. I mean, I was Eddie in full stop, but the reality was he was going to build a team, and we had this season sort of to build for the future. And if he was the man to do it, then and he was happy to stay and do it, then brilliant. But the fact that here we are in July the 30th, and he's decided to leave the club, it's only given a new manager 3 weeks before pre-season. We're going to lose Bruno now, without a doubt. Why would he stay? Unless he's going to be player manager. Yeah. You know? I just cannot believe that between Eddie Howe and the club, they've made this decision today, and they should have made it in May, like you said. At least then you would have had a choice of managers who had done it in the Premiership. I'm not saying Glasner would have done it or the Bournemouth guy would have done it, but the reality was they were available.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest worry I've got is Tag Hurst still available, isn't he?
Yeah, so's Pep though.
Pep is, and Slot. I mean, Josh will be happy if we get Slot. Everyone was singing his praises last week. Do you know what I mean? The reality is, I wanted Eddie to stay and build a team that we could be proud of, and he's not. I'm going to be here. And he got it. He got Newcastle United. The question now is, who's coming in and do they get it? Because we're a tough bunch to please. And for me, the Saudis now can fuck off. They've got any money. They're not spending it. I don't care about OPFA or whatever it's called these days. Chelsea have done it. Man City have done it. Spurs are doing it. So why can't we if we've got all this money? And if the Reuben brothers are listening, how rich are you guys? Get your hand in your pocket and get rid of them fucking Saudis, will you? Honestly. Some of us haven't got long to live. We want to see we win the fucking Premiership, not bloody Carabao Cups.
I think it's, I saw a thing with Eddie where he said that like he was looking forward to building on the team and stuff. And I think losing Gordon, Tonali, and then like it feels like Bruno's been the last straw.
Well, they haven't replaced anything yet, have they?
Not really. No. Well, they have with youngsters. And I think I was semi-excited about it because Eddie Howe's always been really good with like young, driven, hungry players. 100%. But so I was like, oh, you know, it's going to be really good. Whereas now you're bringing in potentially a guy from Saudi who's, you know, like, yeah, I know he's won competitions where he's been before, but like it's a completely different ball game in the Premier League.
I mean, the only hope is he's going to be like one of the Brighton managers who's managed to sort of stable the club and do okay. But the reality is he could be, you know, it's not somebody who we know or has even had a good, well, I don't know. It's just crazy. I mean, I thought we were bigger than that.
I saw they said the other two managers that apparently they'd spoken to were Kieran McKenna and Conte.
You don't want Kieran McKenna, man.
McKenna. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And we don't want Conte.
Conte would be all right. Conte will come in and just, he'll come in, win the league and then just leave. That's what he does.
That's fine. He can do that.
Is that where's Steve Bruce at the minute?
Oh, gee. I think he's retired now, isn't he? Retired from
what's his name? Who was the guy that we had from Wimbledon who came out of retirement? Who called all the players?
I think
joking, yeah.
Don't think
that Steve Bruce is out of retirement. Available. No, he might not be available, but Steve Bruce is. He could come out of retirement, couldn't he? Anyway, joking aside, it's a fucking mess. Josh Warren's got it spot on.
Yeah, it's a complete mess. I was looking at this, some of the stats for the new guy we're bringing in. So he's had 68 professional appearances for Hoffenheim.
In one season?
No, between 2007 and 2014, so 7 years. He was averaging less than 10 games a year.
Lewis Miley's got more than him. He's only 18 or 19.
He was I guess the important one before was RB Salzburg, and then he's just gone to Al Hilal, which they finished third in the Saudi league.
They've won two of the Champions Leagues, though, haven't they? Like the Asian Champions Leagues or whatever.
I know, but it's a Mickey Mouse league. It's just a joke. The Saudi league. I mean, it's pathetic.
Apparently, he's got a good relationship with Ivan Toney, so I guess that's one positive because he would help us out.
He's been.
I don't know.
He's been here before.
Josh wants to keep Asula over Ivan Toney, doesn't he? So. I just looking, Jeff. So we can't get joking here, mate. He died in 2024.
No, I didn't mean joking here. What I meant was he came out of retirement, and Steve Bruce came out. Steve Bruce could come out of retirement.
Oh,
you know what it is? The reality is, ever since Amanda Staveley left the club,
that was the
communication has been shocking. I mean, here we are now. What time is it now? 10:30, and at 10:30, 11 o'clock, and the club haven't made an announcement yet. They should have been on within a minute of him saying he was leaving, thanking him for what he's done for this club, because he has basically stabilised the club. He's been so professional, and it's just disappointing that it's come to this. He's had to leave without us saying another manager we haven't said goodbye to, who deserves everything.
I think you could see, I've been saying for weeks, you could see in like the interviews he's been given how depressed he was. And obviously Keith tweeted that he said it weeks ago, that he has a desire to leave. And like, for me, that's another thing. It's like, why didn't we get rid of him weeks ago?
But that's fine. If he's got a desire to leave, how long is it going to take this club to make... I mean, if he's gone to the club and said, I want to leave, it's a bit like what transfers. We're always linked with somebody. We're always going to sign somebody, and then somebody else always comes in. The kid's told him that he wants to go. So fine, if he's not happy, we all accept that's pressures, whatever it is, then we should be sorting out. Our infrastructure is disgusting. It's terrible.
Well, you'd think that it would be like, he's going to leave. He says he's leaving. The club come out, thank him for everything, say,
100%.
We've got this really solid plan in place. This dude from Saudi's agreed. He's coming in. We've been speaking to him for weeks. He knows the players. You'd just be like, if Eddie Howe's coming out saying, this has been in the work for weeks, you want to be able to say, like, so you want the club to be able to say, and so is this new manager. Like, so it's kind of like, it would make all the fans, and even if it's not true, do you know what I mean? Like, it just makes, instead of us talking like this, it's like,
I mean, it's just,
with some kind of plan.
But why leave it until, why leave it until the season? Like, the season for me has started. It started on Saturday when the players, we played our first friendly, and the players have only been back a couple of weeks. It doesn't matter whether you win or lose. I mean, the fact we got humped by Bristol City last night doesn't really matter.
Who cares?
Who cares? I remember going to watch Newcastle play Rushden Diamonds in 1994, 95 or whatever it was. It was a nice sunny day. We got pissed. We had a great time. I couldn't tell you the result. You know? I think Les Ferdinand might have made his debut or something like that. Do you know what I mean? But honestly, why we've left it until this? Why we, as in Eddie Howe and the club, I'm not portioning blame with anybody, but why? Ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, like we said at the start of this, it's like, if he's going to go, he should have gone at the end of the season.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it should have been. And then you would do, even if it was announced 2 or 3, when we secured our Premier League safety, even if it was announced then, and then you could have given him a good send off at the last home game, and everything would have been rosy. And
I'm not comparing him with Pep, but look what Pep did. I mean, he'd been there 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he'd won there everything, but the reality was, we as fans would have backed Eddie Howe for saying, right, I've taken the club as far as I can go. It's time for somebody else to come in. It's about a rebuild. We haven't qualified for Europe. We know we're going to lose our top players. So, somebody needs to basically take this over and prepare for a difficult summer, because we need to attract players to come here. We said the World Cup would kibosh everything with transfers. And we've got these young lads that have come on. I mean, some of them young lads might have signed because of Eddie Howe.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
I think as well, like I was saying, sorry, Josh, I was saying even the when we were like Eddie out, I was like, you love Eddie, but it was like, he'd taken him as far as he could, and it looked like he'd run out of juice. which is obviously what's happened. You know, it's like everyone wanted, if you could pick a manager to stay forever, it would have been Eddie, but it weren't working. So it was like, it's not personal. It's like, now it just feels like it's been done in the worst possible case.
Yeah, 100%, Shane.
All the players have come in, everyone's got back on side, everyone's like, yeah, ready. Like, I was even quietly excited for the season, even though we'd lost players and we had all these youngsters. I was like, oh, Eddie's really good with youngsters. I was actually quite excited about it.
I mean, I looked there when he took over in I think it was November 21, 1 year at the bottom of the league, and then by the following May would finished 11th. So you could tell that he's coaching. But look at the players he brought on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shaw,
he's always been great
Murphy,
at getting. He's always been great at getting the most out of players. He struggles when he then gets an elite player and then taking them to another level or managing them. It's like,
I think it doesn't really fill you with confidence as well. I mean, Eddie's leaving now partially due to the transfers. It doesn't really fill you with confidence that we're actually going to get anybody here.
And that's why, Josh, I think, at the end of the day, we've doubled our turnover. I don't know, Christ, what we're turnover now, £500 million or something like that. But
Must be
we can't compete with the big clubs, so we've got to either break the rules like Man City do and Chelsea do, and stop conforming.
Yeah, that's another thing. I mean, SCR, FFP, whatever we call it now. For me, that's just disgraceful. I think it's corrupt in football.
Yeah.
Like, looking at it, Chelsea just sold their keeper to Strasbourg, Jorgensen. How is that fair? How can that be fair? Yet we got
annihilated for selling
Maximum
for 20 million. It was
like Chelsea have done a deal with Villa and said, we know you're struggling financially. We'll pay you 117 million, but you've got to buy these players from us. You've got to have Garnacho. You've got to have Nicholas Jackson. It's just not fair.
Has Jackson gone there?
He's going to go, but Emery's coming out and saying, look, I love Nicholas Jackson. Yeah, but you've got two strikers at the club already. There's no way he would have signed him if that deal with Morgan Rogers hadn't gone through. Tottenham allowed to spend whatever they want, back-to-back 17th finishes. Yeah. It's just no wonder. That's why I partially don't blame the board for. I don't blame the board for the sales. I don't because
not necessarily the sales, but the reality, Josh, is to grow our club, we need the board and the infrastructure to generate revenue. For argument's sake, they still haven't made a decision on the new stadium. It's 2026. It took over in 2021.
Yeah,
it's a long time. At the end of the day, what's the gadget called that used to come and rock yourself out from Saudi? Was he in charge of the country sport or something? Where the fuck's he these days? On his holidays?
Yeah.
I mean, there's nobody. The fact the club haven't even come out. What's his name? Hodgson? Is he English? Is he American? Where the fuck's he? Honestly, it's just a disgrace, mate. Especially, it's been the shittiest July ever.
Yeah, I think the only way we can do transfers really now is you spend 200 million on 10 players, 20 million each, and hope that one or two of them's worth 100 million.
Yeah, which is what we've done.
Yeah,
I mean,
we haven't signed a player we haven't signed a player younger than 20 or older than 20-year-old yet.
Yeah, literally.
So,
can you imagine what that first game of the season is going to be like? I mean, talk about being a head fuck. You've got Kevin Keegan. For me, that day is all about Kevin Keegan and paying all respects as football fans.
Yeah,
and the fact it's against Liverpool is fair enough because he played for them. But then you've got the rat coming back. So really, your heart tells you that you want to boo, but you can't. Then you've got the fact we're going to potentially have a new manager in store. I can't see Bruno being here.
No,
that's definitely gone. And it worries us more it worries us for Lewis Hall.
Yeah, I was just about to say Lewis Hall won't be there, and Dan Burn will start left back.
Yeah, perfect.
I mean, for me, it's not even at this particular moment in time you're talking like that. But the reality is, the manager might not come in, might not fancy me, might be bringing some international stars from Saudi Arabia over.
Ronaldo.
Okay, I know my luck for the mess I'll come, won't he?
Hopefully, got to be better than Jacob, man.
Good. Yeah,
honestly, it is a complete joke. I was supposed to be doing end-year accounts today. I can't even think.
No, one thing what people haven't mentioned though, what happens to Jason Tindall?
He just goes back to Ponteland on the back.
Yeah, he'll be working overtime at the weekend in his bars, won't he?
Yeah, be down stack.
Oh, man, honestly, it's just an absolute. I've got to go tomorrow night down to Barnsley, where I'm going to be in a room with Man United, Liverpool, and Leeds United fans. I'm going to watch the Barnsley-Lincoln friendly on Saturday night. That's going to be the highlight of my weekend. And you know what it is? I would love it. Okay, now seriously, it's a joke. Newcastle
Wouldn't
United.
Wouldn't mind being a Leeds fan at the minute. They're doing all right business in the transfer window.
I mean, Keith Downey's literally just tweeted that this is from last season too. Like Eddie Howe said, he gave his full commitment till the end of the season, but he's changed his mind. He wants a break from football in general. He said that he's really emotional this morning. He didn't really want it to happen, but he just wants a break from football.
Well, that's
players have been told this morning.
But to be fair, Josh, he was making those noise. I mean, the pressure he must have been under at the end of the season.
Well, yeah, and any manager would, and he's lucky not to be sacked. Really, let's not be around the bush. He's lucky not to be sacked.
Well, we agreed he had credit. He had credit in the bank.
Yeah, but there's only so much credit. I mean, yeah,
I was kind of like, it's fair enough because a lot of the players had gone and we brought in new players, so it was like a refresh. So, like in my head, it was like going back to when Eddie first came.
Exactly.
It's like that's like where we were going to be at, but he's obviously at the point where he's like done all that legwork once, and he's like, I can't be fucking asked to do that again. If Toure ends up being incredible, the new young winger, he's getting sold next summer.
Yeah. I think
if he comes in and does 15 goals,
it's the way that the Premier League wants to run things, and like it's not like Chelsea where Chelsea don't like her, they're one of their wingers, we'll just sell them at Strasbourg, we'll just do a deal with one of the clubs that can't run financially, so we'll just say, look, you can have him for this much money. For me, that's a massive factor in today's football, and I hate talking about it because it just pisses you off. But everything,
going back to what you said, Shane, I'm disappointed. I'm more disappointed that Eddie said what he said today, because in hindsight, he could have walked in, and been a hero.
Yeah.
And then we said it at the time, whoever was going to take us forward in the next season, 26-27, had the opportunity to rebuild over the summer. What you're saying is true, Josh, but they will be parameters that Eddie Howe must have been made aware of. You'd like to think he was made aware of. We're not going to be able to make any signature signings. We're going to be signing young kids. We know we're going to lose Tonali, or we're going to lose Gordon, or whatever it is. They must have had those conversations.
But yeah, clearly from this tweet here, they've had the conversations. Like he said that the club wanted him to stay, but he just doesn't want to continue anymore. I think he just wants a break from football.
We
are in advanced talks with that Saudi manager, so it looks like he's the one to take over.
But go back, Josh. When advanced talks, the reality is we should have had it sorted. You know yourself. If somebody tells you that they're not happy, they've obviously had these conversations weeks ago. But typical Newcastle United's new infrastructure. It takes them too long to sort themselves out. How the fucking have made millions running businesses beyond me.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that manager went somewhere else, considering we're in talks.
Yeah.
Is there any other teams managing us at the moment?
I think I think the Bruno thing's probably tipped over the edge as well, because it's kind of, like we've all said, it's like losing him's like losing the heartbeat of the team. And if you're like, you've already lost Tonali, you've lost Gordon, and then it's like, oh yeah, by the way,
I know he was old.
Well, Shane, I tell you what, go back 24 hours and I'm going to say this to you, 24 hours ago. Can you imagine losing Bruno and Eddie Howe?
I know, yeah. It's mental.
So...
Yeah, I think it's, well, I think in his thing yesterday, he said, didn't he, was like, even Bruno's not in full control of what's happening at the moment. That's what he said in his press conference. So it's like...
No.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine? I mean, I feel for the manager all of a sudden. How's he going to make an appearance on the first day of the season and have the fans behind him?
Yeah, I guess the thing we don't know how he's going to play. If he could come in and play like really attacking football, which we wanted to see for ages.
Pressing football is apparently how he plays.
I think that's probably it's going to be a good thing potentially, because it is now a complete fresh slate. Like we were saying before, it's like it was like Eddie's fresh slate, new players, new this. It is like the only concern you have is it's like, do all these people we've bought fit his system? Fit a new manager's system and stuff. That's your concern.
Yeah.
If he'd have come in at the start of the summer, even though he is relatively unknown, bought his players for his system, we'd all be like excited.
Yeah.
But the problem is we're 3 weeks out from the season and a guy's come in to a team that he didn't pick. Like,
I mean,
he's German. I mean, Voltemada could out improve Voltemada.
But yeah, he might actually play him now.
As a football fan,
I can tell you how to improve Volta. Well, I mean, I like, it hurts and it's like shit, but I'm also like, it was going to be shit anyway. It was also going to be a bit shit anyway. So like, it's just shit that, like you said, Eddie's gone how he's gone. He's not going to get the send off he deserves. He's also left us in the shit a little bit.
He has, yeah. I think he's left us everything's in the shit a lot, to be honest. Because I think if you look at like Gordon and Tonali and just the amount of players that have left. One, they've left because of where we finished last season because we didn't make Europe. Two, there's clearly like something going on. Like they don't have like a really good relationship with Eddie Howe anymore. So he's decided, right, I'm going to stay. And then players have said, right, well, we're going to leave. And then they've left, and then he's left. So he could have left, and we might have had some of these players still, because they could have sold a new project with like an exciting manager. Yeah. Like, I think it's bad form, to be honest.
To be honest, Josh, what you're saying spot on there, because that happened to me at work. You know, I had a little team, loved the team, and then basically they all left. And I never got the chance really to have the conversation with them. But it's exactly what you say. Eddie had that opportunity as the gaffer to basically lie on his sword and go if he wanted to. Or if he didn't, he had to buy into, I just can't believe 3 weeks to go we've done this.
Yeah, you've done the opposite of everything you were meant to do. Either leave at the end of the season and we love you, or stay and we'll love you. But what you've done is you've fed us a lie for a whole summer and then left us in the shit just as the season's about to start.
It's not the same, but it felt the same when it was 96, 97, when Kevin Keegan, when Newcastle were rumoured to be floating the business. And he wasn't happy with certain things and he left.
Yeah.
And he left under a little bit of a cloud, just purely and simply because obviously we'd just come second to Man United the season before. And then unfortunately we got into that roller coaster manager turnover where we had the Dalglishas, the Successors, we got Pardew in the end, who I know people took the piss out of, but he sort of stabilised things. But I can see that happening again. And you're talking, Josh, about this young manager from Austria coming. No, look, he'll come, he'll do a good job, and then he'll nick off next year or the year after to go and manage a big club like Spurs or Arsenal or Man United.
Well, the thing is that he's come from a South where our owners own that club, so they've clearly had him in the pipeline for a while. He's apparently submitted his resignation. Obviously, that'll be accepted because our owners own the same boss. So, but it has to be like done legally, as if anything's illegal in football nowadays. But I mean,
we're doing a Chelsea, mate. We're doing a Chelsea. We don't have to pay the release clause if he resigns. They accept his resignation and then give him a contract somewhere else.
Yeah. Luke Edwards has apparently said that he's just tweeted that Eddie Howe believes Bruno will be sold. So apparently Eddie Howe said that as well. So I mean, is like
there's no surprise, is it?
But I mean, it didn't really need Eddie Howe to tell us that. I mean, I could have told.
I mean, Eddie Howe Goins confirmed that this morning. That was the first thing we all said.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Anyway, don't worry, guys. Look, I'm fine. Don't worry.
I tell you what will end up happening. They'll come in, they'll hijack the Jordan Henderson deal, and we'll end up with him.
We don't hijack deals. In fact, that might be. It's a new era, isn't it? We might start hijacking deals.
Jordan Henderson and Danny Welbeck starting next season for us.
I wouldn't mind Danny Welbeck.
If we were hijacking deals, we'd hijack all the wrong ones, clearly.
Yeah.
It's like, that's the only thing we'd be able to do. Oh, we'll stop this League One side buying a League Two player and we'll sign him instead.
I've got a bad stat here. So currently we are 16-1 on the bookies to get relegated.
Yeah. Who's below us?
Sunderland are down there.
Sunderland are down. Hull's obviously favourites.
Sunderland can't be down there, man. Who's making these frigging odds up? Jeez,
you know what? We're fifth favourite to be relegated. Yeah, so Hull, Ipswich, Coventry, Sunderland, Newcastle. Sunderland are below us. Yeah.
Hey,
Sunderland are fourth.
Do you reckon they'll, Jeff, do you reckon they'll redo that supercomputer thing that you put in now, where it showed us being like fifth or something?
Yeah, let's see what the Sun are saying these days. They said we're going to finish sixth. Maybe I've got to turn it upside down. Yeah. Honestly, I mean, the only consolation we've got is like the teams that have come up. I mean, I think Hull will struggle, and I think Coventry might struggle as well, and Ipswich.
Ipswich with Gary O'Neill, I think that's.
I think Fulham might be as well. Fulham could.
Yeah.
To be fair, Jeff, if they did turn that table upside down, we finished sixth bottom, I'd still be happy.
We'd accept that now, wouldn't we? I'm just so sad. I'm just so sad for Eddie. Honestly, 95% of the fan base loved him. You know, he won a trophy for us.
Yeah.
And also, he played some. I mean, I know last season, the problem is we kind of judge him on last season. He got us out the doldrums. He played some great football. We've had some great players. I was just hoping that we could have done exactly the same again, like you said, Shane. It was like starting again.
Yeah.
It was a new project. And here we are.
Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
feel sorry for the
Like,
people that have bought bloody tickets for the friendlies, honestly.
I know,
I
yeah.
know, I've just bought my membership yesterday.
Return it.
Yeah. I might just tell Lando we're not going this season.
But in 2 years, it's
Sorry.
nuts because we've gone from like trying to get the like Champions League and thinking we had like a decent, like we could get a good run to like, oh, we hope we don't get relegated.
Relegated? I mean, did we finish? I mean, I forgot this season already, but did we finish in the top? Was it the last 16 or? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Champions League.
You're right, Josh. Honestly. I mean, I just think it's, you know, from a back, some people I know had tickets in the corporate part of Newcastle and they were paying something like $2,500 a ticket, and the club came to them and said, oh, we're going to put it up to 10 or 12 or whatever ridiculous it was because we want to match Real Madrid. We need to start matching Real Madrid on the pitch, not behind the scenes, don't we? Fucking idiots.
Well, I mean, build the fucking stadium.
Palace first.
Exactly.
But build a new stadium and make it an actual really good experience, like it is when you go to the Bernabeu or when you go to.
Get Beyonce to come and sing. There we go. That's how you make
just
money.
Sitting here thinking, if these Saudis and all if the infrastructure got, I hope this Hodgson's got some balls, and I hope he comes out and stands on the steps at St James's Park and does a press conference and doesn't just put it in writing. Have some balls, mate. Tell the fans what you're doing.
He will, mate. He'll stand up there and say, listen, the plan hasn't changed. We're still going to win the Champions League by 2030.
2030. I forgot about that, honestly.
And then they'll turn around and say, and I can tell you that because this dude who we've just brought in won the Asian version. So there you fucking go. Stick that in your pipe and smoke
pipe
it.
And smoke it, yeah. Oh. And you know, it is, sadly, we've losing Eddie. For me, we've lost somebody who cared 100% about this football club. And now I'm worried about who actually. We talk about Mike Ashley not caring. Who in the club now is going to be the front of Newcastle United, because we're back to where we were when we had the Cockney Mafia. You know, all these guys are richer because they're not telling us anything.
Yeah. And then Bruno goes. You lose the heartbeat on the pitch. Then Joelinton decides he doesn't want to be here anymore. So then one of the other senior players that you have isn't here anymore. And then...
it's Dan Burns, the senior player, single.
Yeah,
like that's it, literally.
Nick Pope as well.
And Jacob Murphy.
And Shaw.
Yeah,
Shaw.
I mean,
who got injured yesterday.
He went off injured. He was in tears last night going off the pitch. So that doesn't sound good unless he found out Eddie was leaving at this point.
Yeah, it's a mess. But yeah, we'll see what happens over the next few days, and we'll have another catch up on Monday in the studio if we all survive till then.
Yeah. Oh yes, I'll survive because I'm fine.
You are.
Right.
All right, guys.
Mags.
Nice.
Tune.
Speak to you later.